This can't be some hell of a camp. He's taking one hell of a camp. You're gonna get seriously even way better this time. Keep hammering, wallop people.
Which up?
We're getting into the game here.
I'm 100%. This is, yeah? We're going in here 100%. I'm going into this fight 100% Conor McGregor. Not 92. 100% Conor McGregor. So it has to be really meticulous. We were right there with the last one. As a unit, we do it, right? Let's go, let's go.
Ecstatic with the opportunity that lays ahead of me. And I look very forward to my return.
So, oh,
I feel there's so much left for me to conquer in this game. So much more accolades, more belts, more knockouts, more records, more cash.
Right.
Nobody's shooting for takedowns here. They're going to have a fight.
I am taking everything of what I have built.
Tonight's training session, the goal is to focus on speed,
Again, 1,
accuracy,
2,
and
3.
sharpening up skills.
Seconds out.
Well, we've done a great training session. 12 rounds, high pace, with sprint rounds thereafter to finish.
Conor's in fantastic shape. I've never seen him look so good before. Combining Conor's accuracy with the power that he has now, he's unstoppable.
With fight week quickly approaching, Conor McGregor has entered the final phase of his training camp in Dublin, sharpening every aspect of his game as he prepares for his long-awaited return to the octagon.
Feeling good? Feel amazing.
Yeah. It is a different animal entirely that is in front of Max Holloway here. And he's going to feel every bit of it.
Sprint round 6, final round.
With your ability to make someone miss, it's going to be quarters. You know what I mean? Hey, and you have that ability. And you're never going to lose that. You have the ability to make people miss. Combinations will come in your mind then, you know?
Adding even more excitement, McGregor appears completely confident ahead of fight night, dismissing any concerns about his conditioning or preparation. Footage from one of his latest sparring sessions has stunned fans, showcasing an intense and aggressive performance that has many believing this training camp is unlike any he's had in recent years.
Thirty seconds.
Adding to the discussion, McGregor's move to welterweight has fueled plenty of debate. He has defended the decision, saying the higher weight class is a healthier and more natural fit for his body. However, he has stopped short of promising how it will affect his performance, leaving fans wondering whether the added size will be an advantage or a disadvantage against Max Holloway's relentless pace.
Oh, I seen Max and Charles starved themselves the last time out at 155 pounds for the BMF. I didn't think there's anything BMF about it. He was the baddest man in a sauna. So I'm a big boy now. 170 pounds is my frame. And I like it. I thought I'd give a gift.
Well, I like
Max
it as well.
And say, this is what it should be. Instead of fighting and cutting and, you know, let's do it properly.
Looking beyond fight night, McGregor is confident he'll get the job done on July 11th and has already hinted at the possibility of a rematch later this year. Holloway, meanwhile, remains focused on the task in front of him, saying his main goal is to finally avenge the defeat he suffered to McGregor earlier in his career.
Conor's words, you know, I don't even think that's a loss. He said he only count finishes.
You said the best boxer. We're gonna see. We're gonna see now.
Brother,
brother.
this is not his last fight. I'm gonna go there. July 11th, I'm gonna handle business. We're gonna have a rematch at the end of the year.
July 11th can't come soon enough.
I'm gonna be 1-0 against him, and then we're gonna rematch at the end of the year. That's what's gonna happen.
Sharing his excitement, Sean O'Malley said it's hard to believe Conor McGregor is finally making his return. He predicted McGregor would score a knockout victory over Max Holloway, pointing to the years of punishment Holloway has absorbed throughout his long career. O'Malley also noted that while both fighters have experienced plenty of wear and tear, he believes the damage they've taken has come in very different ways.
Mac Daddy is back. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so excited.
I can't believe it. I think he's gonna knock out Max. Bro, Max has been through so much by now.
He has been through a lot. He's been through a lot of wars, but so it's either Conor, who's been out for 5 years, doing a little bit of nose lattes.
He's been doing a lot.
So he's been hurting his body in a different way. Max has been hurting his body from fighting.
Greg is gonna knock out Holloway. That's my prediction. Holloway, I don't know. I feel like big opportunities like this is just gonna miss, bro. And this is the perfect opportunity for McGregor to come back, and he needs this.
Continuing his breakdown of the matchup, Sean O'Malley believes a finish would make the perfect statement for McGregor's return. At the same time, he pointed out that even a decision victory would be highly impressive, considering how rarely Max Holloway has been outpointed over the course of his career.
I mean, a knockout would just be a statement, but if he goes out there and beats Max in a decision, that would almost be, I mean, KO and Max, Ilya did it. I think that's the only person that's really ever did it. Max is coming off a 5-round. Charles took him down 5 rounds. So they both really need a win here, but if Conor goes out there and beats Max in a decision, a 5-round decision,
could be.
You got to give him Gaethje. You got to do that. Would line up so perfect. Max versus Gaethje. If Max goes out there and beats Conor, you could redo that. The first fight, Max beat him, but Conor, he's back. Did you listen to him on the Ariel Helwani pod?
Yeah, he's looking sharp.
He's focused.
Discussing McGregor's ideal strategy, Bilal Muhammad believes the key is to chase an early knockout, preferably in the opening round before the fight settles in. He suggested that approach makes sense given the questions surrounding McGregor's conditioning and how well he'll handle the pace as the bout progresses.
McGregor, I think we got to go all in this first round, those first 5 minutes, try to knock him out, try to hurt him. We've seen it's possible now, right? So Topuria knocked him out. Before that, we thought Holloway had the best chin in the world, can't get knocked out. Now we saw it's possible. So you just got to find that spot. I think you got to get in his face, get him backing up, get him toward the fence, and use your hands. Right? Even earlier in your career, you're doing a lot of more kicks, spinning kicks, side kicks. I don't think you're going to have the confidence to kick, especially with that shin. So it's going to be boxing. So we got to get into the boxing range. Holloway's so good at keeping that long.
A's for Holloway's strategy. Bilal Muhammad believes he should use his reach and trademark high-volume striking, while mixing in occasional takedowns to test McGregor's cardio and wear him down early. He also emphasized that avoiding McGregor's dangerous left hand must remain a priority from start to finish, as one clean shot could instantly change the outcome of the fight.
Victory for Holloway, prolong the fight. Stay longer combinations. Don't be in the pocket with them. Use your jab. I think that spin kicks to the body, stabbing kick to the body, that side kick you do to the front leg, just to see if he still has that confidence in the leg, right? And I think working off of that, even adding in the takedown, pushing him to the fence, wear on him a little bit, get past that first round, get past those first five minutes. I think once it gets to the second round, Holloway's the king.
Bilal Muhammad also believes McGregor's clearest path to victory is through his boxing. In his view, relying too heavily on kicks could create unnecessary openings, while grappling may not be the best option either. He added that McGregor's long layoff and the challenge of returning to peak form are major reasons why he's picking Holloway to score a late stoppage.
So it's going to need to be your footwork moving in on him, and then when he tries to lateral move out, that's where the big hook come in, using your lead hand to set up that straight left and just trying to land that punch. I think that's your only path to victory is to get a finish, to get a knockout. We saw him get controlled his last fight by Oliveira in a grappling match. I don't want to test your cardio with that grappling, so I think he has to be boxing McGregor. That's my keys for McGregor. You got to knock him out. For my pick, I'm going with Holloway. I think 5 years off, 5 years of drugs. It's going to be 5 years of recovery. It's going to be way too much for McGregor to come back. Holloway's hot. I think he's going to be motivated after that loss, and more motivated now even after Justin won.
Offering his perspective, Tim Welch said McGregor's return has brought a level of excitement few fighters can match, adding that whenever Conor competes, every interview and behind-the-scenes video becomes a must-watch event. At the same time, Welch noted that McGregor is now 37, has spent the past several years living as a multimillionaire while dealing with personal challenges, and has recently embraced his faith, which he believes could be a positive influence heading into the fight.
Excitement in the air, Conor McGregor's fighting. And when he's fighting, there's exciting interviews, there's exciting embeddeds. He's one of the best talkers in MMA. Now, Conor is 37 years old. 37 years old, and the last half a decade of his life, the last 5 years, he's been living as a very rich millionaire, battling the demons that all of us males battle. Especially when you're a rich guy like Conor McGregor, you can have anything, anywhere, any woman you want. You battle a lot of demons. In this last half a decade, he's been battling them, but he's found the Lord. He says he's found the Lord, which is good, which is really good.
Reflecting on the matchup, Tim Welch kept coming back to one key point. McGregor has been out of competition for a full 5 years. He stressed just how significant that layoff is, while saying he still hopes McGregor delivers a strong performance. At the same time, Welch admitted he's a huge fan of Max Holloway, both as a fighter and as a person, making it difficult for him to pick against him. He described the bout as a 5-round striking battle, highlighting McGregor's ring rust and the added mystery of seeing him compete at 170 pounds for the first time.
5 years, guys. God damn it. I'm hoping he comes out there. I love Max Holloway, though. Max Holloway is such a good guy. I never want to bet against Max Holloway. A striking match for 5 rounds. Okay, it's a striking match for 5 rounds, half a decade off. He's 170 pounds. 170 pounds. We've never seen him at 170 pounds before. Okay, let's find out. I'm curious what you guys think. The countdown, it's hard to say in the countdown. The countdown, Conor didn't look so great in that footage, but these countdowns are...
When asked about McGregor's striking strategy, John Kavanagh explained that his approach has always been built around calculated pressure and sharp counter-striking. While he kept the finer tactical details private, he emphasized that McGregor's style is focused on forcing opponents into mistakes and making them pay, rather than relying solely on volume or constant pressure.
Yeah, I would always describe him as a pressure counter fighter. Applies an enormous amount of pressure without falling into the clinch, but just puts enough pressure on the opponent to swing at them. There's a perfect example there. Get him to swing at him a little bit out of balance, and then it's just that beautiful slight head movement to slip a shot and then still in range for a big count.
Kavanagh also highlighted a key moment from one of McGregor's fights when he suffered an injury during the bout. Instead of slowing down or letting it affect him, McGregor stayed composed and pushed forward with even greater focus. According to Kavanagh, most fighters would have shown signs of discomfort or allowed the injury to change their approach. But McGregor remained calm, kept his intensity high, and refused to let the setback define his performance.
See, I do a bit of everything, but my thing is MMA grappling, so I was super excited to see takedowns.
Oh, so it was great for everyone to see as well.
I think, for a lot of people, it's like, oh.
You can grapple, yeah.
And there's not a lot of people that have done singles and doubles on Max. He's shown really good ability to deal with singles and doubles. A little bit more open to body lock stuff, but singles and doubles, and Conor hit a bunch of them, was super impressive. On one leg.
Discussing McGregor's mindset, John Kavanagh pointed to his fight with Dave Hill as a perfect example of his confidence and determination. Rather than relying solely on his striking, McGregor chose to engage in grappling exchanges to prove that his ground game was just as dangerous. Kavanagh explained that McGregor could have taken the safer approach and kept the fight standing, but instead welcomed the challenge to silence any doubts about his all-around skill set.
Never forget the Dave Hill fight as well.
Yeah.
And he just, like, everybody's like, oh, Conor's not going to be able to deal with Dave on the ground. And it was like, Conor just done it to prove a point.
Yeah.
Going to sweat him. Oh, you want Conor had a 100% knockout rate. So I'm like trying to get him to stand up, don't do it. And he's like, nah, we're going to sub this hooker.
That's the
wobble on the leg.
Instability, yeah.
Yeah, you can see he's hopping on it.
Look at
Beautiful.
This. That's a beautiful finish. You'll see here when the bell goes, there's in the corner. That's us in the corner there, and he just turns his head and says to me there. He's gone.
Chael Sonnen believes Max Holloway is in a frustrating position despite his recent success. He pointed out that a win over Justin Gaethje would normally earn most fighters a title opportunity, yet Holloway still finds himself outside the championship picture. According to Sonnen, a fight with Conor McGregor is about more than just the payday or the rivalry. It's Holloway's chance to remind everyone that he still belongs among the division's elite. And a victory over a star like McGregor would make it much harder for the UFC to overlook him in future title discussions.
On me from the perspective of Max, I beat the world champion. I want to be world champion. I beat the guy. I just didn't beat the guy at the right time because he didn't then have the world champion. Now, Justin Gaethje, by the way, no matter what he does next, will be fighting for a championship because he's bringing it. So from Max's perspective, right? You could see where an envy would come or a confusion, a frustration, something. You land in this weird purgatory. But let's talk about that. I mean, what should be next for Max? I thought that we've all agreed very clearly Sarukian will be fighting for the title.
Expanding on that idea, Chael Sonnen suggested that the McGregor fight is a high-risk, high-reward situation for Max Holloway. A win could elevate him back into the title picture, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee a championship opportunity. At the same time, a loss would be especially damaging, given McGregor's long absence from the win column. In Sonnen's view, Holloway has everything to gain but just as much to lose, making this one of the most important fights of his career.
The world is going to look a lot different when Max and Conor get done, right? If Conor wins, it's going to be Conor Gaethje, and they're going to write off, and we're all going to understand it, and you're going to have to pick it up from there. If Max wins, what does Max do? Does he then go and become the #1 contender? Like, Max beating Conor, it's going to feel different than it feels today. Max's star power, Max's notoriety, Max, it's going to be different than it is today. Obviously, nobody could disagree that Max qualifies for, deserves, skill-wise, a crack at Gaethje, considering he already beat.
On the physical side of the matchup, the Barnhill brothers pointed to durability as one of the biggest factors to watch. They praised Max Holloway for his incredible toughness and ability to absorb punishment throughout his career, while also acknowledging that some of his more recent performances have raised questions about how he will hold up against a powerful striker like Conor McGregor.
Max Holloway, up until recently, I would say, is the most durable fighter in the UFC.
He had never been dropped, right?
Never been dropped until he got, I think Justin Gaethje should have been credited with a knockdown.
Yeah.
But either way, Ilia Topuria was the one that put his lights out for the first time in his career, and it was pretty clear. Charles Oliveira, as you mentioned, also was landing some pretty powerful shots, and Max at 155 seemed to have a little bit more trouble with the power there of an Oliveira.
Right.
And I'm not going to say Oliveira is not powerful, but Oliveira certainly can knock you out. But Conor McGregor, if you think about what Dustin Poirier said back when they fought, he was like, man, I could see, the boxing stance was a little bit different and he wasn't quite as fast as he was, but damn, when he hit me with that shot, man, I was like, this guy's still powerful as hell.
Breaking down the technical side of the matchup, the Barnhill brothers explained the unique challenges of an open stance battle between a southpaw and an orthodox fighter. They highlighted the importance of winning the lead foot battle and controlling distance, saying those elements could dictate the pace of the fight. In their view, Holloway's footwork and lateral movement will be crucial if he hopes to avoid McGregor's powerful left hand and limit its effectiveness.
There's just less left-handed people in the world than there are right-handed. So if you are a southpaw and you've been coming through a gym or you've been coming through the rankings, you're used to seeing ortho more than orthodox guys are used to seeing southpaws. Now, I'm sure Max Holloway has filled all of his training rounds lately with southpaw fighters and is looking at tactics from the open stance. But Conor McGregor has the experience in the open stance, and he's also really good with some of the primary tactics, like, for instance, doubling up with the power side, right? Whether that's you throw a jab up here to feel, and then you throw 2 times with the left hand, or you throw the left hand and then follow it with the left side.
Discussing possible kicking strategies, the Barnhill brothers questioned whether Max Holloway might target McGregor's legs, much like Dustin Poirier did, to disrupt his rhythm and slow his movement as the fight progresses. They also considered another approach, with Holloway choosing to rely on relentless pressure and high-volume boxing exchanges, using his speed and output to overwhelm McGregor in close-range striking.
Pressure, lead leg heavy, he starts to try to walk you down. He also, in his later years, more recent fights, has been super bladed. And we saw Dustin Poirier really exploit that and start to chop that calf. And it really was affecting Conor. After about 3 or 4 landed, then he was starting to wobble, had the Bambi legs a little bit. So I want to see how much Max is willing to kick. Because if Max is willing to kick, then I think he does slightly have an advantage on the feet. If he's not going to kick, and we don't really know, right? He was really confused when Charles Oliveira came out for the BMF fight and just started grappling. And I don't think that Max Oliveira, I don't think Max Holloway is going to come out there and just give Conor the exact fight.
That wraps up our complete preview of Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway ahead of UFC 329. It's a fascinating clash of styles, with McGregor's explosive power and precision facing Holloway's relentless pace, durability, and determination to avenge a loss from a decade ago. Will McGregor make a statement with another iconic left hand, or will Holloway finally get his revenge and prove he's become the superior fighter? Let us know your predictions in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our UFC 329 coverage. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.